If your deployments feel risky, slow, unpredictable, you probably don't need more tools, right? You need a CI/CD system that you can trust. In this video today, what I'm going to do with you is that I'll give you a 7 principles CI/CD checklist. Then in part 2 of the video, which I'll link somewhere here in the video description and pinned comment, we'll implement every single step in a GitHub action for a simple application. So let's go ahead and talk about those 7 principles. Most teams think that CI/CD is just run tests, once it passes, you deploy. The real goal here, and I'm going to be honest with you, is reliable delivery, repeatable builds, controlled releases, safe recovery. Those 3 points, if you don't design them into your CI/CD pipeline, it will run, yes, but it will not be dependable. So, what are the principles? And these are the things you should keep in your head every single time you touch a CI/CD pipeline or work you're doing. The first principle is the concept of environments. Make environments a building block, a core building block. You make deployment targets explicit and separated. Development, QA, staging, production. Different risk levels need different guardrails. Build once and deploy everywhere is the second principle, which is titled artifacts. That's how you get repeatability and traceability, because you have one thing that was built once and deployed everywhere. So if you're trying to find issues or troubleshoot something, you know exactly what you've deployed. The third one, which is also sort of making you better, is caching. Speed safely. Speed up your CI with caching, but only with caches you can trust, and also refresh those caches frequently, usually based on log files and OS runtimes, all those kind of things. Caching is very important. The fourth one, which is actually very critical, is never add code credentials. Secrets. Use environment secrets, list privilege, and please, I beg you, with all things you hold dear and fine, don't leak secrets into your logs. Don't do it. Which brings us to the fifth point. Gates. Gates where the risk is highest by using approvals. Your automate lower environments, dev and QA, yes, you can deploy automatically to them automagically if you like the word. Then, where the blast radius is the highest, put gates there, usually in production environments. That saves you a lot of headache in the future. Deployments as a first-class stage. Talking about traceability and observability, deployment should have clear logs, commit version metadata, and an easy way to be able to answer the very important question: what is running where? What version did I deploy? What commit went where? I need to be able to say that when I look at my deployments. And just in case the deployment fail, the last principle is something that will save you a lot of headache. Recovery and rollback. Define recovery before you even need it. Rollback typically means that you're deploying the last known version of a code, the last known good artifact that actually was working. In case you deploy and it fails, where do you go back to fix? Do you fix forward? Do you go backwards? What is the way? If you can't fix forward at that point in time, what is the last good point you can actually come to? So, if you do these 7 things, you'll get a pipeline that is faster, safer, and easier to operate, because you can trust it. You can hand this over to your developers and actually also trust it. Now, we've talked about all the 7 principles, but the question is, so how do we actually implement this? That's the good news, which I'm coming to right now. We will implement all these 7 principles inside of GitHub Actions, but this principle apply to Azure DevOps, Akusia, whatever pipeline system you're using. But we use GitHub Actions for the purpose of that demo. We'll talk about environments, artifacts, caching, secrets, approvals, and deployment traceability, and finally rollback. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe, share, put in the comment section what you're actually looking forward to see in that video, and I'll put it in the video description or pin comment once that video drop. So I'll see you. Happy deployments. Bye-bye. Yeah, I'm back to work. Ooh, I have a meeting right now, so deployment done. Bye.